broadcast.
Strategist and best-selling author Mia Redrick regularly meets with mothers to help them prioritize their busy lives.
So, one of the things that I found is that as a mom, we're no longer multitasking, we're megatasking.
Yeah.
Okay? And
Now, this is a great broadcast topic today, guys. You want your friends to be on the line? Tweet it out. Send it to your friends on Facebook. This is a big call. Welcome to the broadcast.
Whatever we do for ourselves is what we are giving to our family.
Heart it up, guys. Heart it up. You'll be writing on the call. Heart it
Always
up
ready
now.
to work out. So I always bring with me my jump rope as well as my resistance bands. Easy way to get your workout in any day, anytime.
I love the toolkit, Mia. How about dads? Can dads have one too?
Absolutely.
Hey, Phyllis, welcome to the broadcast. Big call today.
The deal
You ready to
is
take
just
notes?
be prepared for wherever you're going to
Nitra,
be that
welcome.
day with your family to maximize
This is a
the
big
day.
call today.
If you have ever said there are not enough hours in a day, you're going to love my next strategy called blending. Blending is when you
Cordelia's
are
in the
doing
house.
something for your
Welcome to
children,
the
looking for
broadcast.
opportunities
Hey,
to
darling.
do something for yourself. You guys, tell me, how are you already blending in your life? How are you taking care of yourself while you're taking care of your children?
Small
I have
world,
my best
right?
girlfriend who's a trainer who created a way in which we literally work out in her garage while our kids play outside. So we're getting me time, we're getting
Guys,
coffee
invite your
time,
friends.
and our
This
kids
is
are
a
just having
great
good
topic
time.
today. You're
We've
going to
had
love it.
over 283 self-care groups, and I think the power of the groups
Hey,
has
darling.
been that moms have no judgment, just camaraderie. You have an opportunity to connect with other women in your demographics of motherhood. And I firmly believe that moms aren't necessarily
Thank you
looking
for the
to
heart.
balance
Share
their
it,
work and
guys.
their life. I think what we want more of is
Perfect.
joy. Creating opportunities to experience joy on a daily basis in your life is the goal. The next time you and your family need a getaway, try a staycation. What I mean by that is explore
Thank
in your
you, Anita.
hometown, play a tourist. This might be exactly what your family needs to refuel and reconnect, even in the middle of your busy lives. Remember, when mama's happy, everyone else is happy.
Now, when most people think of dating, they think of being single, going out on the town. But when you're married with kids, that's when the real dating fun should begin.
It sure is. Well, our mom strategist explains why and
Can you
shares
guys
her
hear?
rules of family dating.
This is something you've probably not thought about, but it's worked really great for me, and it is dating your family. And, because you have 6
Great,
children,
thank
one
you.
of the things that works terrific is to be able to date at home. And what I get a lot of my clients to do is
Welcome to
create
the
a dating
broadcast.
box.
Invite your
And in
friends,
that box,
guys.
you
This is
and
gonna
your
be a
husband
great
can put
call.
things that you want
Gonna
to
love this
enjoy
one.
together. Because sometimes we have opportunities to date our partners, but we don't have a whole lot of time. It might be you have 90 minutes, but by the time he has to go and get the movie or get a meal, the time that you would have spent together is gone.
Thank you, Mia. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Wow, wow. Well, welcome the author of Time for Mommy, 365 Daily Strategies.
I think I forgot to
for
put on
Mother
lipstick,
Self-Care,
guys.
Mia Redrick. Mia, thank you so much. Stand up, please. Pleasure. I really feel
Oh,
for this
that's so funny.
family. You did help them with some tips, but what can we all take away from this?
Well, Dear Time is such a simple way to build quality in your family time and to make self-care a reality every single day. It's simple.
So drop everything and read.
Drop everything and read. It will allow the kids to see mom and dad having some downtime, and it becomes part of the family culture, self-care.
So what about the fact that she has no time for herself? She sits in her car and listens to the radio and lies to her husband about where she is, just so she can have a moment to breathe.
We're going to get started in
what we
30
talked about was
seconds.
them giving one another permission without guilt and supporting that time and understanding you need that when you have 2 young children. They're a couple that wants to be together. They don't want to be apart. And so you could see that when they started to date, just to dance together, they reconnected immediately.
I
Thank
saw
you.
you covering your ears when that was happening. Why?
It's emotional.
Yes, it is. Because I love my husband and we all forget why we got married.
We do. Thank you. Want to see my people? Here are my people. Love these guys. Let me flip the screen. I think. Going, guys, 1 second. Having fun. Hey, guys. It's Mia Redrick here, the mom strategist. And I support moms with life and business success. See, I told you, I think I did some liner, but I forgot to do lipstick. I don't have any lipstick close by. So I am Mia Redrick, and I support moms with life and business success. I am so fired up today about the topic today. So if you have any friends that are authors, speakers, bloggers, experts, coaches, they need to be on this scope because I'm going to give it up. Now, you know that I love to train, to teach. Mostly I work with moms. I've coached over 400 moms, 112 of my clients have written books or authors. Over half of them are #1 Amazon bestsellers. I am Mia Redrick, and I approve this message. Good morning. You know what? This morning was interesting for me. I have 3 children. I have a 17-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 10-year-old, and my 17-year-old was not feeling well today, so he is home with me downstairs, just kind of pull it together. Looks like it's like a virus or something that he's dealing with, so he's just resting up today, so he gets to hear his mom work. Okay, this is how I'm working. I'm in my home office in Maryland, and excited about the day, and I hope you get to do something that you love to do, that excites you. All right. So, and hopefully Camille will join us today because I have on my glasses so I can see all of your comments. Hey there. Good to see you. All right. So do me a favor. This is going to be a big scope today. A couple of things just in terms of details. If you don't mind to harden it up, that's really great. And what that does is it allows other people who don't know me to say, hey, maybe I should check out her scope. So I'm going to serve it up. And if you guys don't mind serving the hearts, when you hear something that totally supports you, I would appreciate that. Also, my website is miaredrick.com. So if you love what you hear, make sure you sign up for my newsletter list. Mia, M-I-A, Redrick, REDRICK.com is my website. You want to sign up there. There's some cool, good giveaways that I give you for signing up also. All right. So deal? Okay, deal. All right. So the topic today, let me just breathe for a minute. See, because I get excited about what I'm going to share. I get myself fired up. Okay. Today's topic is how to build a profitable business. If you are a speaker, an author, a coach, yes, I am a speaker, an author, a coach, a blogger, or an expert of any sort, you're going to love this scope today, and I am totally going to serve it up. Now, before I get started, let me tell you a little bit about my background so you can say, okay, why is it that she's talking about these things? I'm going to tell you why. I got started in business about 13 years ago. I decided that I wanted to go to work as myself. And I didn't know what it would look like. I have a background as a corporate trainer. I loved what I did professionally for Citibank for many years. And then I became a mom, right? And I loved being a mom. Thank you so much. And I loved being a mom. And I thought if I could put those two things together, bingo, that would be great. But I wasn't really sure at the time how to do that. And I tell you this because you might be out there and you know that, you've got a talent doing something special, but you're not sure how you can position into a business. That was me 13 years ago. And I went to a small business resource center to get some help in my state of Maryland and, laid out what my background was. And I remember that the director of the resource center, he laughed at me, really dissed me and said, you know what, you'll never make money training moms, like doing programs for moms. Like no one's going to pay you to do that. And you know what? I, in that moment, believed what he was saying was true. But what happens is whenever you have a dream or something like that inside of you, it doesn't go away just because someone discourages you. I got home and I kept thinking about this thing, training and motherhood and, what could I do? And I ended up bumping into this world of life coaching, business coaching, which I didn't know anything about. I never heard of a business coach. I didn't know people were hiring people to help them put together their ideas and to monetize them in some way. And I ended up working with the second highest paid business coach in the country, Terry Levine. I always give her shout outs because she changed my life. And she taught me how to take my ideas and to make it into a business, to turn it into a business. And so I've been a full-time entrepreneur for the last 10 years. So I just wanted you guys who are new to the scope to know my story. So that you know, okay? All right, so that you know. All right, so I'm going to jump right into the call. If, like I said, if there are any people that you know that are authors or speakers, bloggers, coaches, experts that can benefit from this message, please invite them on Facebook and Twitter, because we want to help more people out there, all right? Okay, here we go. You guys ready? Da, 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 da. How to build a profitable business. How to build a profitable business. Now, there are a couple of tips I'm going to share with you today. There are 5 tips, so you're going to want to take out your pen. Thank you, Anitra, for sharing with your followers. I'm going to also want you guys to tap the screen when there is something of value for you, okay? Very important. Okay, the first thing you have to do when you want to build a profitable business is you've got to capture your message. You got to capture your message. And what I see a lot of times, so many talented people who are out there already speaking, they're doing workshops, maybe they're coaching clients, they're living in their purpose already, but they're not capturing their message. They're not recording it. They're not videotaping it. They're not keeping record of the things that they're doing that are brilliant every day. Does that make sense? Okay. And what I'm going to want you to do is to create a system. Right? Does this sound familiar, Nitra? To capture your message. The reason that's important is once you start capturing what you're saying, recording what you're saying, you can then repurpose what you're saying into product, all right? And so you've got to capture what you're saying. And this is what hems up a lot of really brilliant and amazing people. I get to work with, a lot of times, people who are already doing great things. Like they're already out there speaking. They're already out there speaking. They're already out there teaching. They're already out there serving the world with their gifts. The challenge is that when they're done, they say, oh man, I should have recorded that. Oh gosh, that was a really great call. And there's no record of it, okay? There's no record of it, all right? So what I'm going to want you to do is to start to capture your amazing content. Content is king. And you guys know, if you're following any of my scopes, you know that I'm always talking about how to create amazing content and how to position that content to sell it one to many or in bulk, right? Because that's where it's at. But you can't sell what we don't have a record of. Did you guys hear me on that? And I know that this is good stuff, right? This is like, you've got to keep a record of the things that you're doing. And that needs to be part of your systematic process. Like when you are booking the speaking engagement, the training class, the lunch and learn, right? You need to also say, what is my system for capturing my message? You've got to capture your message. He or she with the most content wins. And if you don't have content, you just say, oh man, forever, you're always the person that should have captured it. Then you don't have content you can turn into audios or DVDs or CDs or ebooks or e-guides. Got it? Okay? So there's no sense to have to reinvent the wheel. If you're already doing it, I need you to capture your message. Everybody, got it? If you understand this, right? Got it? Got it? I'm waiting. Got it? We should almost do like a pledge, right? Like there should be a pledge, like a got it pledge. All right, I'm waiting for got it. Do you guys understand that? All right, got it. Okay, Anitra, got it. Okay, Cordelia. Anitra is one of my core mom coaching clients, so it's Cordelia. I'm glad. Okay, got it. All right, so the first thing you need to do is to always capture your message. And that's what changed for me. I had to buy 2 digital, wrote it, go. Okay, great, Phyllis. I had to buy 2 digital recorders. I have a little itch here on my eye. I think it's a piece of hair. I had to buy 2 digital recorders. I had to keep one in my car and one in my purse because I wanted to always be capturing my content. When I was driving in the car, okay, and I thought of something brilliant, I capture it. Okay, I don't even use my phone, my iPhone. You know, it can record for you, but I use a separate digital recorder. I use a Sony recorder. It's a, MP3 file compatible. Can save up to 1,000 hours of content, and it's about $55. You can get it at Best Buy. Easy, done. Okay. Second thing you want to do is, once you are capturing your message, you want to package your message. And this is probably the number 2 reason that people don't monetize what they're doing. They don't know how to take their ideas, right, and then put them into profitable packages. This is where I see people stuck the most. When they put together, you capture your information. Now you don't know what to do with it. Like, what do I do with it? So what you want to do is be thinking about, this is what I like to do, is think about the problems that your customers are having. What are the problems that they're having? What is the pain that they're having? And then think about how you can systematically solve their problems with your content or with a system or with a formula, okay? So let's use an example, okay? If you guys don't mind giving me some hearts, that'd be great. That'd be nice. Like in the morning, hearts in the morning, it's always good, right? Hearts in the morning, it's always a good thing. Tap, 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 right. Tap. Life is about reciprocity. All right. So one of the things that I like to do is to, if I were, let's say, dealing with women, like I'm thinking about Samira Jones's business, right? She's one of my core mom coaching clients. She's the bounce back strategist. She supports women who have had something like got hit by a brick wall, right? In terms of life changing and they've had to bounce back, right? And they need to create systems for their comeback plan. So if I were her and I were coming up with, how would I leverage my content that I captured? I would literally say, I would start from what are the problems that these clients are having? Well, one of the problems that they're having is, one, getting back into a new routine, right? Because I would think that if you've gone through divorce or you've gone through a crisis, sometimes just getting out of bed is hard. And so I'd literally start with how to get out of bed. That would probably be system one. And I would give them routines and rituals on, how to get your life back, how to get your routines and your rituals back when you understand that when you're dealing with crisis, it's really difficult. And that's something that will really benefit that demographic. The second thing would be dealing with self-esteem, maybe like self-esteem and a new awareness of who you are. Because when you've been hit hard by life, it's easy to have your self-esteem plummet, right? And so I would then say, okay, that's a problem that they're having. And I would come up with systems on how to rebuild your self-esteem. So step one would be how to swing your feet out of the bed. Module two might be how to, work on your self-esteem, right? Like systems around that. Step three might be, how to have critical conversations with people who are in your business. Because we all know that when you're dealing with transition and things like that, sometimes people, they want to know, right? They want to know the details, all right? So I would understand that and anticipate that in my program, and I would begin to speak to that. Is that making sense to you guys? Do you see how I'm systematically thinking about what are the problems of that demographic? And based on the problems, systematically, I'm creating a formula to serve them. That's how I'm going to decide on the coaching program. That's how I'm going to decide on whatever assessments and tools that they need. It's going to be based on the problems that they're having. Does that make sense? Somebody let me know. Is this resonating with you guys? Okay, so for those of you who have just joined me on the web while I wait, I am Mia Redrick, the mom strategist, and I support mostly moms with life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com, and I'm committed to giving up great content to help you be able to grow your business. And I believe your life informs your business, all right? So there are no secrets. I like to pull back the curtain so that, once you do one of my scripts, you're like, hey, look, I know how to implement that. Did that support you guys? So do you see how it started with the problem, right? The problem that her demographic was having. And based on that, then I start to build out what the modules are. And that's how I come up with my packages. I decide, do they include assessments? Do they include step-by-step formulas? Do they include live calls? Do they include videos? What is it that would really support that demographic? And then based on what supports them, that's how I decide to put together an inclusive package for them. Does it make sense? Now, what I want to say about that is one of the biggest mistakes that people make who want to serve an audience is they like to create product in a vacuum, right? So we got one lonely heart, like one green heart. Come on, guys. You can do better than this. All right. So one of the things that people like to do is create content in a vacuum. Okay. Meaning they like to create content and they just say literally like they like to just write the product out and not even think about the client in mind. You got to think about who it's for, really. What are their problems? What are their challenges? Because it's about supporting them. It's not about you. You're not doing a program for you. You're doing a program to address your target audience, and you're the perfect messenger because you understand the process and what they need. Welcome to the broadcast. Today we're talking about how to build a profitable business if you are an author, a speaker, a blogger, or a coach, or an author, okay? And the first step to building a profitable business is you need to capture your message, right? The second step is you need to package your message. I wrote notes so that I can remember to tell you guys, because sometimes I like to speak freestyle. And my scribe's not here. Nicole's not here today, all right? So you need to package your message. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. The third thing you need to do, you need to price your packages, right? You need to price your message. And this is where people get really hemmed up. They don't know how to price their packages. They don't know how to price their message, all right? And you guys know what I'm talking about. And let me tell you why this is so important. When you're pricing your message, you need to always be thinking about who you're serving, who your target demographic is, because that's what influences the price. All right. Do you guys see my little lip liner? You can't really see it. All right. So the reason that this is important, I'll give you an example. One of my Core Mom coaching clients, Alex, her business is Paying Free to College, right? And so what she does is support clients, students who want to apply to Ivy League schools, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Georgetown, etc., right? You get one shot first time out to get into those schools, all right? And so she has had a great success record supporting students with getting into those schools and reviewing their application process, preparing them for the interview, etc. And you guys can check her out at payingfreetocollege.com. Okay, you can check her out. But when Alex came to me, she was selling her product to get kids into these schools with a track record, right, for $49. $49. And one of the things that I realized right away was that her price did not match her target audience. Okay, so if your price does not match your target audience, guess what happens? You don't attract the right people. You don't attract people who can really afford your services, and the people that can afford your services don't believe in you. They don't believe that that product is for you. And let me show you how. Because Alex's demographic are people who are going to be applying to colleges that are $60,000, $70,000 a year, number one. Okay, so they're investors in education. They haven't even bought a textbook for $49. You can't buy a textbook for $49. They're investing in private tutoring, likely, right? These parents are investors. So when you are the person that's selling something for $49, right, in a space where people are major investors in education, they don't necessarily believe that what you're offering is of value, although she could totally bring it. And one of the very first things that I had her to do right away was increase her price to $497. $497. And I think within 2 or 3 weeks, she sold her very first package at $497 at the new price. It's easier to sell when you're priced right. Got it? So I'd love some hearts, because that's some good stuff right there, because let me tell you, so many of you aren't selling your products, not because your product isn't good, because you're trying to create a product that people can afford. Instead of thinking about your target demographic and giving them products, right, and valuing those products so that they can see you and they can trust you. When your prices are too low, clients do not trust you. Hear me now? Hear me now? Am I talking to myself? Should I not go on to tip number 4? Should I not go on to tip number 4? Let's see some hearts, some love, some comments, because this is real stuff. And if your prices are too low, your target demographic will not trust you. And therefore, you may be thinking the product is no good. The product could be great. Thank you so much. The product could be great. It's just that you haven't priced the product appropriately. So your target audience says, okay, yeah, totally in. That's the fair market value. That's what they're used to investing for services like yours. You know how it is. It's like if you walked into a car dealership and you knew you wanted to buy, new Lexus or whatever it is. And one Lexus was on sale, and it could be a brand new Lexus, and it was $200. And let's say another Lexus was $30,000. You would be like, why is this one $200? And they would say, it has all the features as this other one. And you would say, well, what's wrong with it? Right? Wouldn't you say that? You would be wondering what is wrong with the one that's too low. All right. And that's what happens in terms of perception is reality when your prices are too low. People don't value what you have. All right. So you need to understand that. And it's your responsibility to price. And a lot of times we do it because we feel like, you know what, I'm new at whatever I'm doing. And I don't know if I can charge this. I don't know. I don't want to isolate everyone. The deal is your products are for a certain audience. And so when you price them appropriately, that audience is going to buy your services. Period. That's it. Okay, it's not for people who can't afford what you offer. And you get a better client when you price your products at the right price. All right, you get, the most difficulty I have had in my business is when my prices were too low. That's when you get people who are not, your target demographic. Make sense? All right. Number 4, you have to position your message. The number 4th reason why your business isn't profitable, or why businesses are not profitable, is because you have not positioned your message. You haven't positioned yourself as an expert. You haven't positioned the product as a product that somebody has got to have. You sometimes what happens in the coaching, author, speaker, expert space is people see what other people are doing so much, right? Like they're watching and studying what everybody else is doing. And so instead of being your own shade of brilliant, you decide that you're going to be a duplicate of what someone else is doing, all right? And when you do that, it's very difficult for you to position the sale because it's not authentically who you are. So you see, core moms for me, that's who I am. I'm a core mom. My signature product is Core Moms Coaching. I'm a core mom. It is not influenced by what anybody else is doing. It's influenced by my story and my journey and everything that I teach in that program, how to pitch, how to partner, how to market, how to sell without selling, how to outsource, how to build your team strategically as a mom, how to monetize your gifts, how to create product. It's all part of my journey. It's all the things that I've done over the last 10 years to be a full-time entrepreneur. So you got to understand when you create your products that those products need to be let's say an outflow of who you are, of your gifts and your talents. It has nothing to do with anybody else is doing. And when you understand that, then you're able to position yourself in the marketplace or niche yourself in the marketplace and sell to your strengths. Sell what you have and what you know. Does this make sense? This is good stuff, guys, right? And the fact of the matter is, it has nothing to do with what anybody else is doing. When I'm creating my coaching programs, I'm not looking at somebody else's coaching program. I could care less what anybody else is doing. I'm thinking about the best way for me to serve my audience. 1 second. I don't know what I just did here. The best way for me to sell to my audience, okay? I'm thinking about the best way for me to sell to my audience based on my story. The things that I have to serve that audience. And that's what you need to be thinking about. Does this make sense? Okay? Does it make sense, guys? Somebody say. I'm waiting. All right, maybe I'll sing. Or maybe I'll play some Lionel Richie music. Let me find some Lionel Richie music. Maybe you guys need some music for you to wake up this morning. Okay. I like to have fun on my scopes, okay? All right, okay, 1 second. So, you need to make sure that what you are positioning is unique to who you are, and it's not based on somebody else's story. It's hard to stand on the shoulders. Thank you, Phyllis. It's hard to stand on the shoulders of someone else's stories. I wanted to grab my notes. 1 second. It's hard to stand on the shoulders of someone else's story and sell it. And I see people doing that all the time. You're born an original. Don't die a copy. I didn't make that up. I think John Mason wrote a book called You're Born an Original, Don't Die a Copy. And in this world today, everybody's a copy of somebody else. You're like, oh, she's the mom coach. Me too. Hey, is that your story? If it's your story, then bring it. If it's not your story, be you. Okay? And selling you is the easiest thing in the world. What I love to do is show up as me. I can show up as me at the PTA meeting. And you know what? People are organically going to be attracted to who I am and what I'm offering. And it allows me to position, what I'm offering so much easier because it's an outpour of who I am. It's not me jumping into some role and pretending to be something I'm not. Does that make sense? All right. All right, I'm just telling you, if you want to sell more of what you have, you got to show up as you, and you got to be yourself. That's what's important in the sales process, all right? And people know when you're not, right? So there you go. All right, and the last thing is you got to automate your message. So if you are, you've got product, you've got content, right? You started capturing your content. You've got now packages. You've got them priced right. All right. And you're positioning your message. It's you. It's your story. You're standing in it. What you've got to do is automate that message. You need to be able to sell product when you're sleeping. And if you're finding that the only way you can sell product is it's based on your ability to perform, what you need to look at are abilities to compound your time. Like, you want tools and taxes to sell whatever you have online, likely via a digital strategy, which is what I like, is to be able to sell my product, the things that I've captured, in an automated way. And there are tons of ways to be able to do that. I like to use Facebook marketing campaigns to be able to move my products, my self-study courses, things like that. That's what I like to do. It's worked really well for me. And I like being able to make money, not based on my ability to perform, because, my son is sick today, right? And I want to be able to make money and make him soup, okay? I want to be able to date my husband on, in the middle of the week, on Thursdays. Today, we don't have a date today, tomorrow. On Thursday, I want to be able to date my husband and make money. If you're into that, then you need to make sure you've got a digital online strategy. You need a passive income strategy with the products that you've created. And if the only way you're selling products is that you got to go from one speaking engagement to the next speaking engagement, or pray that somebody calls you to get on the news so that you can, or, on a show so that you can sell what you have, that is not the way to do it. You need to actually be able to, you need to have content that you have online that people can buy in your store. Your store needs to always be open, all right? 24 hours a day, right? And so that people can buy your products and services and connect with you. Did this support you guys? Okay, I want to open the line up because I'm thinking that you guys might have some questions for me. So I want to open the broadcast up. Any questions for me? And are there any questions for me today? So there are 5 things, just so I can recap for you. This was a great scope. If you are struggling with making your business profitable, if you're an author, speaker, coach, blogger, or an expert, there are 5 things you need to do, okay? That the first is you need to capture your message. You need to create a system for capturing it, recording it, so that you can take that message and create product from it. The second thing that you need to do, right? Like, we got 6 hearts, the entire scope, right? I don't even know what's up with you guys, but I do know that last week I was told that you guys are typically writing while I'm teaching, and I get that. But we also want hearts, right? Because life is reciprocity. You get what you give, always, greater and later abundance. And that I know is true. All right, you want to package your message, right? Once you capture your message, you want to take your message and package. I gave way more than 6 hearts. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I know. Thank you so much. You want to package your message, right? You want to put it into a system. You want to be thinking about your target audience. What are their pains? What is the pain that's keeping them up at night, and systematically create a program that's for them. And think about, what do they need? Do they need video? Do they need audio? Do they need, do they need assessments? What do they need? And what's the best way to support them? That's the best way to put together a package. Then the third thing is you need to price your package so that your target audience can find you and trust you. Because if your prices are too low, they will not trust you and they will not find you, okay? They'll be looking at you just like that Lexus, that, same Lexus that somebody's giving away for $200 and the other one is $35,000. And even though it's the exact same Lexus, they would be saying, something's got to be wrong with this Lexus because they're giving it away for $200. $200? What's wrong with it? And they will be looking at it funny. They'll be looking at your business funny if the price is too low. So you got to remember that, right? Okay. And position your message, right? You got to position your message and your products by authentically being you, okay? It's got to be, what you're offering needs to be an extension of who you are, all right? When people are investing in your products, they're investing in you, in your brand. And that's why it's very important for you not to duplicate what other people are doing. It's to show up as yourself. Look, I'm the mom strategist. There will be no more, okay? Okay. And at the end of the day, the products and systems that I've created are based on my life, right? Based on my story, based on the fact that, you know what, for 5 years, my husband was on dialysis 15 to 18 hours a week. I had a passive income strategy that really supported me during that time. I did not have to go to work because my husband was having medical challenges. You know what I'm saying? My husband got a kidney transplant last year. We could focus on his healing, and neither of us, we're young people. We've been full-time entrepreneurs for 10 years, and I love being able to make money that way. I love positioning, my message and sharing with other moms that you can create a digital strategy, work from the comfort of your home. I'm in my home office right now. And you can make money that way, and that's cool. And you don't have to run from one speaking engagement to the next speaking engagement to make money. You can do events just like this from the comfort of your home. And if you're into that, you're going to love my scopes, all right? So it's about creating products that are true to who you are. And that is so cool. All right. And then the last is automating your message. Understanding that, once you have packages for what you're offering, you now need to find systems to be able to sell what you know in an automated way so that your store is open 24/7. And that is what I love. My very first product, you guys know this, was an ebook. I wrote an ebook. I outsourced an ebook for $150. And someone wrote an ebook for me that did over $88,000 in 2.5 years. So it was like 2 years, 3 months or something like that. And I was hooked. I knew then that taking what I know and creating product and being able to sell it online using ads was really the way to go. And I am so committed to supporting, tons of other authors, speakers, coaches, bloggers, experts with creating a digital strategy to automate and to be able to make money and keep your store open, 24/7 so that you're making money when you're in the grocery store or you're in the carpool with your kids. That's kind of cool, right? So, I am Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. This has been a great quiet scope. I'm thinking that at 10 o'clock in the morning, that's when the people who join my scope are sleepy, okay? Because at night, people are fired up, right? The hearts are going, right? People are talking. Do you guys have any questions for me? Do you have any questions for me? I have a lot of fun on my scope. So did this support you? Did this topic support you guys? So I'm going to wait. I can do like Jeopardy music if you want. I can do Jeopardy music while I wait. All right. Did this scope support you? Somebody say something. All right. Are there any questions for me? Okay. All right. So I've had a great time today. I am Mia Redrick, the mom strategist. I support moms with life and business success. Be sure to check me out at miaredrick.com. That's MIA-Redrick.com. If in fact you're thinking, hey, look, I like you, Mia, and I want to know more. Maybe I want to work with you. You can always check out my signature program, which is Core Moms Coaching. That's CORE momscoaching.com, coremomscoaching.com, or themomsacademy.com. They're two really great programs. Core Moms Coaching is a 12-month entrepreneurial and life coaching program, and the Moms Academy is a smaller version of Core Moms, and it's to give you accountability and systems to move the needle in your life. So I'd love to answer any questions you have about that. If you need to talk to me directly, you can always email me. So here's my personal email address. Get your pens. Okay, it's Mia_Redrick at findingdefinitions.com. Mia_Redrick at findingdefinitions.com. Okay, with that, I am done. I've had a ball serving you guys up today, and I'll talk to you really soon, okay? Have a nice day. Bye.